You're welcome back to Unique Trading. Today we'll be looking at a trading strategy that you can use to trade the NFP. I used this in the month of March to double this account. The NFP is usually released on the first Friday of each month. Now, when this report is released, it causes one of the largest movements in the forex market, especially in the major pairs. The first part of the strategy is to wait for 30 minutes after the news is released so that you can observe where the big movement is heading to. Next is to draw the Fibonacci retracement from the top or bottom to the bottom or top of the 30-minute candle that is formed after the news release. Then you mark out the 50 zone of the Fibonacci retracement. This will give you the midpoint of that 30-minute candle. Now, if the 30-minute candle after NFP is green and price closed above the midpoint, wait for price to get to the midpoint, that is the 50% zone, then you can place a buy trade. On the other hand, if the 30-minute candle is green and the price closed below the midpoint, execute a trade immediately on the start of the next candle. Place your stop loss at the bottom of the candle and take profit at 2 times the risk. You can do vice versa for shorts. Please take note that if price does not come back to the midpoint after 4 hours, that is after 8 30-minute candles, then you can neglect the trade. Do not take a trade. I believe the rules are clear and easy. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section. Now let us look at some examples from last year. So this is January 2022. The 30-minute candle after NFP is green and price closed below midpoint. So we execute the buy trade immediately. Stop loss below the candle, take profit set at 2 times the risk. This was a profitable trade that even went as high as 1 to 3. Now let's jump to February 2022. NFP is released. 30-minute candle is red. Price closed below the midpoint. So we wait for price to get to the midpoint. Take the trade immediately, but this ends up in a loss. Next, March 2022. Same process as the last one, that is February, but this one ends up in a profit with a 1 to 3. Next, April 2022. Same bearish candle as March, and this ends up with exactly 1 to 3 profit. If we jump to May, we see that price jumped up, left a wick, then headed down, leaving us with a bearish candle. So we wait for price to come up to the midpoint, then we execute the trade for a 1 to 2 profit. June, same bearish candle, price comes to midpoint, we sell, price goes up, stops us out, then heads down. Sad. That is the reality of trading. Maybe we should have kept the stop loss above these highs, but you never can tell. Switch to July. Same story as June. Price hits stop loss, then heads down. Another maybe. If we had kept stop loss up here, you never can tell. Next up, August. Price took about 5 hours to come to the midpoint. But don't forget the rule. If after 4 hours, price doesn't come to the midpoint, then don't take the trade. You can as well look at other major pairs. If you insisted and took the trade, the price ranged for 3 good days before stopping us out. So you could have had another opportunity to close the trade at break even after 1 day. September, a bearish candle. Price comes up immediately on the next candle to the midpoint. We take a sell. Price goes up a little, nearly takes us out, but the stop loss is safe. Then boom, price tanks for a 1 to 3. In October, Price comes up to midpoint, then tanked to 123. In November, there was no trade as price never came to the middle before heading to the moon. In December, we had a big bearish candle. Price came up to the midpoint but kept on going higher. It took out these highs before heading down. Now welcome to 2023. Big bullish candle in January. Price retests the midpoint, then heads to the moon with at least a 1 to 7 risk reward. Quite amazing. In February, there was no trade as price didn't retest the midpoint before tanking. In March, we had the same scenario as in January. A bullish candle, price retests the midpoint immediately, then boom, to the moon. I actually took this trade. So let us run this 100 times and see what our win rate will look like. And the results are out. From the results, you can see that this is a very solid strategy. Out of 100 trades, we had a 52% win rate with a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. On the other hand, with a 1 to 1 risk reward ratio, we had a 70% win rate. Quite amazing. Even if we used a 1 to 3 risk reward, we will still have had a 38% win rate, and this is still profitable. The only major problem with this strategy is that you can only trade once a month, and that is a very long while to wait to execute a trade. This might not be your main strategy, but you can add it to your list of strategies to use. I believe you enjoyed this video, so why not hit the like button? And if you're new, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.